The following portion of Ozarks Fox AM is sponsored by The Only Facial. Welcome back, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome my friend Sawyer Whelan with The Only Facial. Sawyer, first and foremost, so good to see you. I got to give you a shout out. You're a month married and you are absolutely glowing.
Well, thank you.
For many reasons, but of course, The Only Facial is a great reason why your skin will be glowing. So,
absolutely.
Can you tell us just what The Only Facial is and what you offer?
Yeah, so The Only Facial is, as it sounds, a facial company. We offer one signature facial at one price, $125. That does include gratuity, and we never sell any product. So our goal is really to make skincare simple. We really streamline the process. Our signature facial includes all of the same steps every time, but we really customize them to each individual's skin concerns, skin types, all that sort of stuff to address any concerns that you may have.
Okay, I have a couple questions.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. As a man who's maybe had 2 facials in his whole life.
Of course.
Tell me what the process is to get a facial, and are they good for men?
Yes, absolutely. Anyone who has skin deserves and needs a facial.
Okay.
I always tell people sometimes it's neglected. Skin is the largest organ of the body. So always remember that. It's not just vain. It is important to take care of your skin. Men, women, all of the above. So the process is you'll come in, we'll do a consultation, we'll talk about your skin concerns, anything that you want to focus on, anything that is important for you to see improvement in, and then I will walk you through the steps of the facial and what you're going to be experiencing at your appointment, and then we will go from there. I always like to really make sure that I walk each individual through the steps of their first facial so that they always know exactly what we're doing, why we're doing it, and what our sole focus is.
Yeah, I would need that.
Yes, and I have to say, having gotten a facial at The Only Facial by the one and only Sawyer, she was very good about taking me through the steps, but I was very nervous about the dermaplaning.
Yes, dermaplaning.
Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, of course. So it's a gentle form of exfoliation. It removes the vellus hair or peach fuzz, as well as the top layer of dead skin. So the reason why this is beneficial is because it's going to allow everything else that we do in the facial, as well as skincare products, both ones we use in the facial and ones that you use at home, to penetrate deeper and be more effective at treating your concerns.
Okay, so I have so many questions for you.
That's all right.
I'm loving this. Okay, so when you get a facial, are you good to go the rest of the day, or do you have to stay in? Because sometimes you see those people, like, because I have, issues with my skin. Am I going to be red afterwards? Can ladies wear makeup right after?
Yeah. So I always tell people that a little bit of redness, a little bit of dryness post-facial is all totally normal, especially following the exfoliation that we do. But typically for most people, you might be a little pink, but it's not going to be anything crazy. You can wear makeup post-facial as long as you're cleansing really well. We always encourage best practice is to wait a day to wear makeup just to let the skin breathe. But if you can't, if you have an event or something like that, that's okay. Just make sure to cleanse really well at the end of the night. But yeah.
Okay. And something else that the Only Facial does is, like, she was texting me that night, like, how are you feeling? What, do you have any questions or concerns? And then I think 2 weeks later, I just noticed my skin, I think, was just kind of, the impurities were coming to the surface. So I was like, is this normal? I'm freaking out. And Sawyer was like, completely normal. This is what's supposed to happen. Your skin is like ridding itself of all the stuff that's
And that's normal.
stuck.
Yes, it is very normal. So especially within the first couple facials, sometimes there can be acne or issues that arise just because we are removing that top layer of dead skin, getting that cell turnover going. So what cell turnover is essentially when you're younger, your skin cells are turning over very rapidly and consistently. But as we age, that process just naturally starts to slow down. So our facial is really designed to jumpstart that cell turnover to reveal healthier, younger skin. And in doing so, if there's impurities, congestion, or anything underlying beneath that top layer of the skin, it can come out post-facial. So essentially, we're clearing your skin. If it's underlying, it's got to come out one way or another. And purging is essentially what it's called. So.
Yes.
So how often then, if you're replenishing your skin, how often should you get a facial then?
We recommend facials about every 4 to 6 weeks. So the goal is about every 28 days we want those skin cells turning over. So when we're younger, that's essentially what's happening. And then, like I said, that process just starts to slow down. So our goal is to get our skin back doing what it used to do, but manually. And that's what our facial does. So.
And speaking from experience of different, I guess, salons or something, having done facials in Los Angeles, when I knew I was nearing the end, I always got nervous. I'm like, okay, they're going to hawk products at me. I'm going to have to spend $80 on top of this. But that is something, the Only Facial, like you said, you don't do.
Correct.
Like you come in for one price and you are chilling.
Exactly.
leave.
Ugh.
We want people to know exactly what to expect, what they're getting, what they're paying. And in not selling product, we are able to recommend product in all sort of price ranges. So we can always recommend drugstore skincare or medical grade skincare, depending on what each individual client is willing to spend or what their goals are. We can recommend anything and everything that's on the market because we don't sell product. So.
Is it important too to drink water? Is it important? Like,
Of course.
I need to know what's healthy for my skin, so when I
Of
get the
course.
facial,
Yeah.
when I'm putting in, it comes out.
Yes, of course, exactly. Drinking water is always essential. Hydrating both on the inside and the outside.
So you can guide me along if you know my skin type. I can say,
Yes.
this is what's happening to me. Go like, well,
Of course.
if you drink more water, or if you do this,
Yes.
you get
Yes.
better skin.
Yes, not only do we love to make recommendations during the facial as far as the facial is concerned, but also recommendations that you can take home with you and use in your day-to-day life.
That's what I need.
Yes.
That's what I need.
And then are these, what are these that you brought?
Yes,
Sorry.
so these are gift boxes. So if anyone purchases a gift certificate for the full facial price, so $125, it comes with a complimentary gift box, which is more fun to give than just a piece
Yeah.
of paper.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a gift box? So
I love
Love it.
that. And where are you located? Because now people need to come and experience it. Because I do love the low pressure, like you said, of no product, no gratuities added.
Of
You
course.
make it very easy.
Yes, skincare made simple. So we are located currently on East Independence Street in the Sola Salons. It's near Kohl's, if you know where that is. And we are located in suite number 33. I will say we will likely have a new location coming soon, date TBD, but
Okay.
stay tuned for that. And if anybody does want to book an appointment, they can book online at our website, theonlyfacial.com. You can give us a call. You can also text our phone number that's listed. Like Maddie mentioned, we always like to be available
Yeah.
for text messages with clients. So if anybody ever wants to know more about the facial, they can just send us a text and we're happy to give them more information too.
Thank you so
I
much.
love it. Go check out Sawyer at The Only Facial.
All right, let's check in with Tom for a look at our forecast. The preceding portion of Ozarks Fox AM was sponsored by The Only Facial.